217 Recovery Podcast, 23rd November 2019. What's up?
Hello. Ryan Beckman.
And we appreciate you listening to our recovery podcast. We talk about things in recovery, life in recovery. I have a little over 11 months sober. Ryan has a little over 8. And we're doing our thing, man. We don't tell you what to do or how to do it. We give advice, kind of some stuff that worked for us, some stuff that hasn't worked for us, and we just kind of break down how our day and things that happened in our day went and how we acted and maybe sometimes maybe even reacted to the situations. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about commitments. And I'm not talking about like relationship commitments. This is like the first time we're probably not going to talk about relationships. Maybe we can at the end, I don't know. But no, when you say...
Because neither of us are in one.
Yeah, I know.
We know better.
Don't be jealous. But for us, though, commitments, and I can say for myself...
Obligations.
Yeah. When I was in active addiction, when I was drinking all the time, I would try not to make them, you know, just for the fact that I knew I wouldn't follow through. Now... When I was working in Dallas and Arkansas, I mean, I would show up to work smelling like beer. Tell me I'd smell like a brewery. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I still wasn't being true to myself, but it was what they would call a functioning alcoholic. But other than outside of work, something that's scheduled that I could drink around, count me out, man. I'm not going to commit to playing in a softball game. I'm not going to commit to help you move anything. I'm not going to, because that's my drinking time. Work time, drink time. And now, as we're in early recovery, it's important to do what you say you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to a guy, MH, we'll call him, and I was telling him that I was going to do something. And that would mean me only getting, I think, 4.5, 5 hours of sleep to make sure that I was there to do what I said. And then he looked at me like, okay, you're not going to be there. You know, I've heard people tell me this before and they let me down. I could just see that look in his face, like he was looking at me, and I'm like, no. I was like, if I say I'm going to be here, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to do it. And he just kind of looked at me like, okay, then. And I swear, look in his face was like, I'm just giving this guy a sweatshirt, you know, like about the same size. So, yep, he's just going to steal my sweatshirt, and I'll never see him again. But I did it. I made him a 217 recovery shirt. He gave me, I didn't make him the shirt, but he gave me the shirt. I put a logo on it, and I brought it up to him. So, you know, I hope that showed him that, yeah, you know, people in recovery, you know, and I told him that night, too, the importance of when you say you're going to do something, you need to follow through, you need to do it. And I hope he learned that through doing that I do what I say I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And for myself, I'll give you a chance in a minute, right?
Okay. So excited.
I'm on one here, son. But but it also, the sense of pride that I felt that, yeah, I did that. And the dopamine that creates, which we learned about that. Mm-hmm. When you accomplish things and when you do something that you say you're going to do, you accomplish it. So, you know, it actually gives you dopamine. It makes you feel good. It gives you self-worth. And for everybody else that were like, oh, man, he got that, you know, he got his shirt and he was happy as hell. You know, he was excited to get it. So,
yep.
Anyway, that's my little spiel on commitment.
Bringing joy to the world.
Obligations, yes. Do what I can when I can do it.
No, I was going to say, I like seeing statistics where people in recovery actually pay their bills more on time, and they do more community service and stuff too. But even more than people who are sober or you know, don't have ever had an addiction problem. And obviously the worst people in addiction never, you know, like 2% of them ever pay what they're supposed to when they're supposed to.
That's
No, but it's very important for us to, you know, realize when we say we're going to do it, just go ahead and do it. when I was in active addiction, I think I would overcommit myself, you know. I'd have like these big, lofty, you know, I'll help you do this, I'll help you do that, and then, you know, just never make it there. Ended up getting too drunk, miss it, or family would want to go out to dinner. I'd miss a few of those. Yeah, I'll be there. Start drinking. Nah. Forget about it.
And if you're currently in active addiction, or maybe you used to be, or maybe a family or family member or a friend is, you know it. You know those people. Maybe you are that person where you do show up and they're like, oh, he showed up this time, you know, and that hurts more than what you think it does, but it only hurts ourselves, you know, like those people not counting on us, or, oh, yeah, he said he was going to be here. It's not going to be here. And
look what the cat dragged in.
Yeah, make those kind of analogies, I guess, or references, and it really doesn't feel good. Which, being in the mindset of an addict, we just.
Well, then I just won't do it at all. You know, then I'll just.
That's where I think. That's
then I can just isolate after that. That would just give me the green light to say, you know what? Guess what? When I do make it, I don't really want to listen to this.
Especially if it's a family function.
Yeah.
And you know you're not there. It hurts a little bit. So I used to drink even more. And that's why, you know, around holidays, and they say, you know, around holidays, it's a real tough time for addicts. And I never bought it until last year about this time.
Me too.
Yeah, I think I was, 3 or 4 months sober. No, maybe not even that long. But the 30th is when it all went down, man. So that anniversary is coming up, and it's probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm where I'm supposed to be, man. It feels comfortable. It feels good.
Day after Thanksgiving, I was in the hospital.
Yeah, not good.
On oxygen. Getting Narcan.
Yeah.
Almost died. Could have died. They kept me alive.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing how far we can progress and how far we can go way beyond what we thought we'd be capable of. You know, because if I were to meet you in that hospital, say I was just walking by, I was like, oh, hey, let me talk to you real quick, man. You're going to be living in a sober house, you know, co-manager. You're going to be working at a treatment center. You're going to be doing an awesome podcast. You'd have been like, get out of here. Am I still high?
Somebody hit this guy with a narc.
And
sober him up.
If you would have told me that, if you'd have came in when I was handcuffed to the hospital bed, that was more like around the hospital bed. That was around like the 14th or 15th of December that time, I think.
The cops just said, take his blood, we'll be back. They left me. I didn't get arrested then.
Didn't get the fun jail treatment that time.
Later the next week I got to go to jail. Probation caught up with me.
Yeah, but up north though, that was up north, right?
Yeah.
They just put you in a cow field, right, with like some electric wire, or some electric fence. Go in the yard. We should go to each other's jails.
They got one up there. They call if it's like the low security or whatever, low risk people, and it's called the farm. It was an old farm.
See, I wasn't too far off.
No, you weren't that far off. But and they did send me out there because I had a work pass till my new charge came in. Once the blood work came in, then I picked up the possession charge, and I go, you're not going to work today. What? Jail wasn't so bad when I was getting out every day, you know. Leave at 7 in the morning and come back at
Leave the farm.
Like 5 or 6 that has to come back to the
Oh
farm.
my gosh, that sounds like a apartment to me. Man, the jail I was in, Berrien County, they had a pod in there. It was called the Warrior Pod. Like you walk in there, someone's gonna punch you in the face. They just fight. And I've never heard the N-word so many times. Then when I was in there, man, I fit right in.
Last time I was in jail, they had I don't know, they were just kind of a rowdy bunch that I was with. But they'd play cards, and whoever lost, they'd line them up against the wall, and everybody get the fast pitch of soap at the guy.
Oh my God!
They get hit in the head, and welts on their back, and they're pretty. Huh?
Why would you play cards then?
These guys weren't really the most brilliant bunch, I guess.
Again, yeah, I forgot it was up north. In the UP. All your Marquette family, friends.
They would torture each other most of the day. Like, and then if there's guys that didn't have much, some guys got more commissary or whatever, they would just like put a beating on them. Oh, you want this keg?
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever see any sex in there?
No sex.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't really do much time though. I did like a couple weeks, I think, total. Half of it was by myself in a room. Only give me 12 little squares of 1-ply toilet paper.
Observation. The bubble.
Yeah, not fun. Shit stains on the wall, blood stains everywhere. Real fun time. I'm like, if the health department comes in here, they're like, shut up. Here's your 12 squares.
Here's your 12 squares.
Ouch. I lost a lot of weight in there, though, because I just kept giving bologna sandwiches because they didn't give me any of my meds.
Mm-hmm.
And I have ulcer or something. I don't know. So I get real bad acid reflux. So I knew if I ate anything, it would just hurt. So the hunger pain was a lot better. So I'd just take the whole bag and flush the whole thing down the toilet. Bloosh! Loudest toilets you'll ever hear in the county jail. But yeah, gotta do what you say you're gonna do, and then that means knowing what you're committing to as well. Like you said, sometimes you overcommitted. It's okay to say no to people, you know, and then that's fine. And you don't have to feel bad about it. People can guilt trip you, but if you really cannot do it or don't find it in your day where it's going to fit in, or if it's something you just don't want to do, say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you, or I can't help you with that, or no, I can't be there. It's a lot better than saying, yeah, and then just not showing up.
Yeah, or calling, oh, sorry, I can't make it. It's just all about organizing and having a schedule too, you know, where you can where you start figuring out what, where, when, and make sure you do it all.
Mm-hmm. If you say you're going to be there at 2, be there at 2.
Mm-hmm.
Be there 5 minutes till, whatever. If you're running late, say, hey, I'm running a little late. But just stick to your word, and you'll start to feel better, as I feel better, when I do stick to my word. And sometimes people will ask me, and hey, well, you want to do this? You want to do that? I'm like, not sure, you know. But I never commit to it. I never say yeah. You know, hey, we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling later. But it's better than going, yeah, let's do that, and then I'm out doing something I don't want to do, and then eventually it'll turn into a no if I really don't want to do it. I think you know me well enough to where if I give you the we'll see what happens. We'll see. I think you know. And most people who know,
Yeah.
they
I know when you're
like, Corey, I'm not going to ask
or
him for
not
that.
to.
That's just not going to happen. So we'll just go totally around that situation.
Or you'll just like won't answer. I like that. You just like start talking about something else.
I'm pretty good at it, man.
All right.
That's a skill.
Total deflect. So I guess it's a no.
It happens. But hey, I had a guy I was gonna say his name, but